second home. He's been in and around professional baseball for nearly 50 years as a player, a manager, the voice, the broadcaster. Buck Martinez joins us next as the boys in blue get set. Oh, that was the promo. Don't you hate it when that happens in front of Buck Martinez? I'm so embarrassed. He joins us right now because he's beside us to promote this.
It's called Change Up, how to make the game of baseball
even better. Can you help us with our intros,
No, well, yeah. we don't have anything to do like that. Everything is live. We just react to what we see, but great to be with you.
We're reacting to what we're reading. My gosh, your memory is on point. When did you have time to write this book?
Well, it took about a year, and I had a great writer, Dan Robson, to help me write it, and we had a great conversation sitting around talking about all my great memories, and it's a lot of years, but a lot of great memories. And the whole premise of the book, I think, began with just my wanting to share all these stories with my friends, and I feel like in that book there are a lot of great stories people will enjoy.
I was reading it last night, and it's funny, Buck, with a voice like yours, it's almost like in the same, when you see something that Morgan Freeman's written, you read it in his voice. This is the same. I felt you coming through on this and talking about your childhood and your backyard baseball, and you can remember your first professional game. But one of the main kind of themes that you talk about is the change in baseball, but from, you know, where it used to be about the team to now it's the individual player and their big payday.
Right, and it has to do with the economics, of course. When I first played in the major leagues, my salary for the season was $10,000.
Wow.
So when you get into the postseason, you have a chance to maybe make $16,000 if you win the World Series. So you can see how easy the motivation was. Teammates would say, hey, you're messing with my money when you didn't execute your job. So it was all about a team game. Well, now, wonderfully, and rightly so, the economics of the game are great. You know, there's a lot of money in the game. It's a $9 billion industry, and the players are reaping the benefits of that. But sometimes people get lost in what we're here for. It's professional sports, and you're supposed to win championships. Along the way, you will be handsomely rewarded as well. But it's difficult if you're not winning to understand it's still a team game, and that's why character is so important in this game today. You got to have the right people in the clubhouse, and I think the Blue Jays have done that.
So is that, where's the fixing? Because you do mention how to make the game even greater, so where do you see the chinks in the armor?
The fixing, the game today, and it starts with the kids in Little League and Rep League and everything else. When they have championships in national atmospheres for 9- and 10-year-olds, you're sending the wrong message, because people are developing what I call showcase skills. Throw it 100 miles an hour, hit it 500 feet, and you're going to make $1 million. Well, that is anti-winning. It's all about individuals, and then you create that individual aspect, and the kids, I don't think, are learning how to win, how to play as an organization, and that's why it's important to have homegrown talent, people that care about the Toronto Blue Jays day in and day out, and that's why the backbone of this team, especially now, is the younger people. And in my mind, Jose Bautista became a Blue Jay, became a great player when he came here. So he is a Blue Jay. He feels like this is my team, and we saw the benefits of that last year.
Oh, and we saw a lot of the backlash from your buddy Goose.
So Goose Gossage, you know, complaining about a guy like Jose Bautista, you know, flipping the bat, and he said he was a disgrace not only to himself but to all Latino players ever. What do you think about that?
Yeah, and Goose is a little bit dated. It's 22 years since he played. That bat flip right there was the culmination of a 53-minute inning. And the Blue Jays were on the verge of having their season come to an end. And unless you were in the ballpark, look where the players are. They're out onto the field after he hit the home run. Yeah. And you have to go back and replay that inning in your mind. The Texas Rangers took the lead when Russell hit Chu with the ball, throwing it back to the pitcher. And those players coming onto the field, they reflect everything. Jose was not saying up yours to the pitcher. He was saying, oh my God, this is a moment that we're all going to remember. And it was just his natural reaction of flipping the bat. But you can see the entire team felt the same way.
It was an exclamation mark for the team and for the city. And it's happened time and time again, even in Goose's day. There were displays of, yeah, we just did. Joe Carter did it. You know, Mickey Mantle did it. It's in the history of baseball where it's warranted. And what's wrong with the showmanship?
Now, and you know what? Baseball has an older audience than football, basketball. Basketball's average age is 37 of their audience, and I think baseball needs to get younger, and that's the same thing Bryce Harper has been saying recently. We have to be allowed to show our personalities, our emotions, and get the young crowd. I think Rogers Center became a destination for young people last year. The flight deck out in center field was alive with partiers. They came in at 5 o'clock, got their seats on the edge of the rail, and they love this team. And what's not to love it? You got personalities like Donaldson and Martin and Stroman and Sanchez, Encarnacion and Bautista. It's a terrific team and an easy team to like.
It really is. Let's hope we keep them all, because we know that two of those you just mentioned, Jose and Encarnacion, we might lose them both.
Yeah, they're both free agents, and you know, it's going to take a lot of money to keep them. They're two of the best power hitters in the game, and they are such an important part of this team. I hate to think of this lineup without Edwin and Jose in the middle of it, because they make everybody around them better. And when they're in the lineup, you're always aware of where Bautista and Encarnacion are in the lineup. And there's no doubt about it. As I mentioned, Jose has hit more home runs the last 6 seasons than anybody in baseball.
You are the best. You are a delight. Please go meet him and his beautiful head of hair tonight. He will be signing this book for you at 7 p.m. at Babe Lure Indigo. You can pick up the book also via our website, breakfasttelevision.ca. When are you going to get on social media? There's 7 accounts. None of them are yours. There's one about your hair. There's one about the tan. Everything except you.
I get in enough trouble on my own.
And it's all in here. Buck, thank you so much.
All right, great to see you. Buck.
Cav, you called him J.A., didn't you? Or you called him Albert. He said John Albert.
John Albert, that's it.
John Albert Martinez. And Buck, please tell me, in fact, I'm going to tell people this anyway. I will bet at some point there was a conversation of saying we should call this book The Buck Starts Here. I would bet. Tell me there was.
I don't know about that, Kevin. I think change-up's going to work for a while. Maybe the next book, I'll take your suggestion.
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to tell people that anyway. All right. Thanks, Buck. Always a privilege.